Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream here on Lee Everett Property. Thank you so much for joining us. And today we're going to be talking about the report that Halifax released last week. We touched it a little bit on last week's video, but their house price index, what they have been seeing happening in the property market according to their figures for the last 4 weeks. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Lee Everett. I've been an estate agent in Essex for coming up 20 years. I've dealt with thousands of property transactions, buyers and sellers. So I like to think that I'm quite well placed in giving my opinion and thoughts on the property market. And of course, as always on these live streams, I invite you to pop in your comments, your questions, share your story as a first-time buyer or even a second-time buyer. Let other people know what you're going through, what you're experiencing, so we can all sort of share and help each other out. So, first of all, let's get into the figures that Halifax released last week. I will be saying hello to people as well. So if you do want to pop in the chat and say hello, vote on the poll as well. If you're new here, I got married on Saturday and a few people were interested in some photographs if we had them. We have had them literally emailed to us about half an hour ago. So we've had a quick flick through. So yeah, if you want to see those, I'll go by what the poll says. If there's not enough people who say yes, then you won't be seeing any photographs, unfortunately. So let's first of all get into what Halifax are saying or have been saying. Let's just share the screen. Let's get this going up. Here we go. Right, so this is the monthly report that Halifax release, along with Nationwide. Rightmove do something similar, and so does Zoopla. But each week I like to take a different report, go through it, discuss it a little bit, and then you can let me know if you're experiencing the same things as well. So before we do that, Paul, thanks for joining us, my friend. Thanks for coming back. And thank you very much, Ngozi. That's very nice here. Thank you very much. Again, if you have any questions about this figures or any questions about buying or selling a property, please feel free to pop it in the comment section. More than happy to answer those questions. DM, welcome back. 17 watching, 10 likes. Show some love. Yes, show some love. Please show some love. Really, thanks for that, DM. Thanks for that. And welcome, Taki Al Shamiri. I hope I've said that right. Thank you so much. We are very, very happy. We're still in that literal honeymoon period. Literally, we're in that honeymoon period after the wedding, and I'm allowed to do a live stream on the week off as well. So, yeah. So as DM says, please hit the like button. That will help me and YouTube. Really push it out there. I've also just been monetized as well. So if you would like to send a super chat, then you are more than welcome to. You really don't have to, but if you want to help support the channel, I've got a few things I'd like to do. But if you want to send a super chat, please feel free. No pressure at all. But it would be very, very much appreciated. So let's get into these figures. Ben, welcome back, Ben. Thanks for joining us. Help to Buy, it is ending, but stick around because we will talk about that. I'm going to go through this report first, Ngozi, and then we will look at when sort of questions and that towards the end. So let me just get this report up again. Right. So average house price has gone up to £289,099. So that is another increase, as they're saying. What is this? The 11th consecutive month that house prices have gone up. They increased by 1% in March, which would go sort of in hand with what Nationwide was saying. I think Nationwide said they went up 0.9% in May. Sorry. So yeah, Nationwide and Halifax figures are pretty close together. New average house price record, £289,099. What else we've got here? Northern Ireland and the Southwest top for annual price inflation. So if you're in Northern Ireland and the Southwest of England, then you're going to be paying probably more than that 1% increase. So yearly average for annual house prices still in double digits, but it's just over 10%. So 10.5% is the annual house price growth at the moment. So, and as it says here, the quarterly change 3.2%. So in the last 3 months, house prices have gone up 3.2%. And Zoopla predicted that house prices will go up 3 to 5% this year. I think we've said 1 to 3%. So Zoopla at the moment, unless there's any price decreases, they're on course to hit that target. And look at this: if you're old enough, if you're 28 or above, if you was able to buy in 2012, it would have been nearly 75% cheaper to buy a property. 75% cheaper to be able to buy a property. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Nuts. Absolutely. You can see here, look, in the last year, house prices still going up. Still had a few dips, but they're still going up. They're still going up. So what is the managing director of Halifax saying? The average cost of buying a home in the UK is up 1%, which equates to £2,857 compared to last month. So nearly £3,000 extra on the average house. House prices went up last month. So, and I say it every week, anybody who's waiting for properties to go down in value in terms of what owners are accepting on the average house price, every month you're leaving it, it's getting more and more expensive. And the bigger a drop you're going to have just to get back to where we were even in January. Annual growth remains in double digits at 10.5%, although this is the slowest rate of growth since the start of the year. So they're noticing that they are starting to slow, which is what we've been saying for the last few months. The average cost to buy a home now in the UK is £289,099, hitting another record. Despite the very real cost of living pressures some people are experiencing, the imbalance between supply and demand for properties remains the primary reason driving the climb in house prices. And a lot of people in the streams before have asked when a house price is going to drop, when's it going to happen? And no one knows. But what we do know is that while there is a severe lack of properties on the market and a lot of people wanting to buy, prices are only going to go one way. Although the cost of living is squeezing people's affordability, there are still people able to buy properties. And while that number is greater than the amount of properties on the market, then house prices are going to continue to go up. He goes on to say, for house hunters, the extent of the impact of the property price inflation continues to be linked to the type of home they're looking to buy. Compared to May last year, you'll need another £10,000 to buy a flat, but an additional £50,000 to buy a detached house. This clearly creates a knock-on effect for those looking to make their first home move, as the rungs on the housing ladder have become increasingly wider. So even if you want to buy a flat, which is the lower end of the market, you're still paying on average an extra £10,000 more than what you would have last year. And if you're lucky enough to be able to afford a detached property where you are, compared to last year, an extra £50,000, which is a lot of money, an absolute lot of money. If you haven't liked the video, by the way, while I'm doing this, please give us a thumbs up. Really helps YouTube and me. So please do that. So there is perhaps one green shoot for prospective purchasers. With overall buying demand down compared to last year, we may be past the peak sellers market. So he hasn't said that prices are going to go down. What he's saying is they've potentially reached the top of how high they're going to go. So we might start seeing a few sort of wobbles. It may go up 1 month, down slightly 1 month, but they reckon that prices are probably going to have plateaued now, are going to stick on an even keel. But while we're talking about house prices, you must consider interest rates as well. So although house prices may be starting to plateau, interest rates have only got one direction to go at the moment, and that is up. So your mortgage payments and the interest you're going to pay on hundreds of thousands of pounds is likely going to be more money if you wait any longer. So speak to a mortgage broker, get some proper advice on that. But I personally would be looking myself into a long mortgage deal right now, while you can, before they start to increase those prices. If anybody wants to look back over the last decade, the cost of buying a home has risen by 74%, or by £123,000 The strongest inflation has been in London at nearly 85%, followed by the east of England, East Midlands. In cash terms, London house hunters need £247,000 more than those looking 10 years ago, whereas those in the east of England need an additional £153,000 more, and in the East Midlands, £108,000. So, if you're kicking yourself for not buying 10 years ago, then yeah. Yeah. So we're going to look at their house price index. So you can see that the monthly change, we had a couple of dips last year, or one dip there back in June, but since June we've had increase after increase after increase. You normally get a dip around January, December because there's not as many people buying, but look at this year: 0.2%, 0.8%, 1.5, 1.2, 1%. It's just going up. So what do you guys think is happening or going to happen? Let's get rid of that now. What do you guys think? What are you experiencing? So let's go through some comments now. Let's go through some comments. Where are we? Right. So, Ngozi, thanks for waiting, my friend. When is Help to Buy ending? Now, Help to Buy for the 5% deposit and the government's 20% equity loan scheme, that is running until, I believe, March 2023. So you've got just under a year to complete or possibly exchange on your property on that one. So I'm sure the government will do something different. They always like to help first-time buyers buy new builds. Always seem to prioritize new build purchasing. So I would certainly look at getting that done before then, but don't be too worried because I'm sure the government will announce something in the near future that's going to replace that or maybe even extend it. DM, I'm a software engineer and I've written a little program which scrapes properties from Rightmove as they are added. One thing I've noticed is that their email alerting just doesn't work. There is so much. I said this last week, DM, that when the Rightmove rep came into my office and started explaining how their system works, not everyone gets the Rightmove emails at the same time. So somebody who is registered, the same requirements in the same area, may get that property 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours later than what somebody else does. So the email, although it's great if you only get a chance to look at your phone once a day in the evening or what have you, but in terms of being kept informed, you've got to be proactive. And I think writing your own little program which scrapes properties as they're added, I think is really good. My advice, if you don't have DM's engineering software background, would be to set up a tab up on Chrome that bookmark it, that searches properties added in the last 24 hours with your requirements, and check that 5 or 6 times a day. That's probably what us normal people can do in terms of trying to find the best property. It's crazy. There's so much on the market than you think. There is a lot more coming to market, depending where you're looking, DM. I know in my area, there's a little bit more coming onto the market, whereas Rightmove's report a couple of weeks ago was saying there's less coming onto the market. So I think it depends on what area you are looking at. Sophie Barron. Hi, Sophie. Thanks for coming back. Remember, hey, I accidentally hit no on the poll. Oh, my goodness. How dare you? I'll have to tell the wifey that. Roman, DM, he wants the source code. I'm using it to have first viewings. Happy to open source once I found a house. Nice one. Maybe even sell it, DM. Sophie Brown, hi everyone. I'm crying writing this, but we finally got an offer accepted. We are so over the moon. Thank you, Lee, for all your advice, for support from everyone in the show. Sophie, congratulations. Let's give some love for Sophie. Congratulations. I know you've been an avid viewer on the channel and you've been chatting to a few people. So well done. I'm really, really, really pleased for you. Well done. Fantastic news. Absolutely fantastic news. Let's give some love for Sophie. Welcome back, Bo Yoon. Congratulations, Sophie. Hope it goes smoothly. Yes, and we are here as well, Sophie. We are here. You know how I can help with the transaction, how things are going, stuff like that. So if you do have any questions that pop up that you would like some help or answers to, If I don't know the answer, then maybe somebody else in the chat will be willing to help you out, because that's what we're all about here. Massive community, not a massive community. We've got a small, close-knit community that likes helping each other, and that's how I like it. That's how I like it. Oh, I've just skipped a few quins here. Ad, welcome back, Ad. Hi, Lee. Congratulations on the wedding. Thank you very much. Wanted to ask, as I'm waiting to hear back for an offer for an application we put in, can the lender force me to pay the new rate, or will there be an application rate? Let me just read that again. As I'm waiting to hear back for an offer, I'm guessing that's a mortgage offer. We've put in, can the lender force me to pay? So if you've applied for a mortgage, you would apply for a certain mortgage, then that mortgage would be on the market. If that mortgage gets pulled after before you've put the application in, then I don't think they can do that. They can. There is some terms and conditions which says they can pull the mortgage at any point, but generally, if that mortgage is still on the market when you put your application in and it comes away later, then I think you'll be all right, Ad. But speak to your mortgage broker; they'll be able to help out on that. That would be probably your best route to go down. Ben sharing the love for Sophie. Congratulations, Sophie. EJ, congratulations on that. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's it feels very grown up wearing a wedding ring now. But yeah, so yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. There is a poll as well. So if you do want to see a wedding photograph, just the one, then I'm sure we can get a few, or maybe one photo on there. I reckon we'll get one photo if we get enough people. Rumham, I'm so sorry. I meant yes, if that helps. So you are the reason we're at 19%, I'm guessing, unless more than one person hit no. Taki Ali, last 2 weeks properties have been coming, but the prices are high. The interest is easing, but there's enough demand to cause price competition. I think there is a lot of demand, but what you need to be doing is keeping an eye on these properties that come on the market, which may be over budget at the moment for you. And if in 2, 3, 4 weeks these properties haven't sold and haven't reduced, it might be worth having a chat with the estate agent, find out what the seller's motivation for selling is, and then seeing if they would be open to an offer. Now, Rightmove said last week or week before last that houses are taking on average, I think it's 31 days to sell. So if you're noticing the same property that's been on the market for a month, 4 weeks, coming up to that 30, 31 days, and it hasn't sold, then from what Rightmove is saying is there's probably something wrong with the property, i.e. the price, or maybe something around the area, or something fundamentally wrong structurally with the house. So yeah, keep an eye on these houses that are coming onto the market, and if they are still hanging around after a few weeks, still view them and try a cheeky bid. There's no harm in asking the question. All the owner can do and the agent can do is say no, and you can either increase if you can afford to, or if not, you can walk away and go on to the next one. So, but yeah, keep an eye on those properties, bookmark them if you can, and that'll be, and then just keep coming back. EJ, more love for Sophie. Congratulations, Sophie. Please don't go. Please stay every week. We love having you here, don't we, guys? We love having you here. Then, although I know the property prices always tend upwards over time, I don't see current prices as sustainable personally. Would you be afraid of ending up in negative equity? No, definitely not. 20 years is such a long time. I mean, you only hit negative equity if you have to sell when property prices are less than what your mortgage is. And it's not what you paid for it, it's less than what your mortgage is. So after 20 years of paying a mortgage, you're going to have built up. I mean, if you've got a 30-year mortgage, you'd have paid 2/3 off of your mortgage by then. So you're going to have a property price drop of over 60% to be in negative equity. So 20 years, a home is a home first and foremost. Treat it and use it as a home. If it makes you money, fantastic when you come to sell. But if house prices drop, you just stay in the property. You just ride it out. As a homeowner, you're always going to need a roof over your head. So there's going to be no immediate pressure to sell unless you lose your job or something like that. But then you can get consent to let and maybe rent the property out and move in with friends or family. So I'm personally not worried anybody buying now whether they're going to be in negative equity in 20 years, providing you're paying your mortgage. In 20 years' time, you're going to have a large chunk of it paid off anyway. So yeah, don't worry about that, DM. Don't worry about that. Singh, hi, I bought a house for 195,000 with Nationwide. My deposit was 20k and I fixed for 5 years for 644 a month. Nice one. Great Great thing to do, fix for 5 years. Hopefully you got in a bit before those interest rates starting to go up, but congratulations for buying. Nationwide, great lender. Obviously, we cover their figures on this channel. So, yeah, 5 years. That would be, for me personally, the minimum that I'm looking to lock in for, like I did in October. I've got no plans in moving anytime soon. So, yeah, I'm definitely locking that in. Give me food. Welcome back. Currently on holiday in Greece and tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. Of all the things you could be doing in Greece right now, you're sitting on your phone or your laptop listening to me and my lovely community. So thanks very much. Give me food. Whereabouts in Greece are you? What have you been up to today? I've been gardening. This redness is from gardening. Didn't realize my new wife loved gardening so much until we started this week off work. So yeah, I hate gardening. Sophie, thank you, everyone. Been a long journey, but we finally got there. Definitely will keep in touch with the group. Congrats on the way. Thank you so much, Sophie. Thank you. And yeah, please keep in touch. Even when you've completed, you can come and share. Maybe you want to come on camera and share your buying journey. I don't know. I've been trying for weeks to get somebody to join me on this stream, and none of you took me up on the offer. Maybe that'll change. LB, Haley, question. Selling house and need a small mortgage to buy. The market is taking a long time to convey. Mortgage offer runs out before process ends. Is there a way to solve this? Have you asked for a extension from your mortgage lender? Most lenders will extend a mortgage if it's still available. Even if it's not still available, sometimes they'll give you an extra 2, 3, 4 weeks, but it's not the end of the world. If it does run out, then you can reapply. I mean, I've got a sale going through at the moment, which I think the mortgage offer runs out on the 25th, and it's already been extended. However, the lender has said if we exchange by the 25th and complete 10 days later, then they will still honour it. So not the end of the world, but yeah, definitely speak to your mortgage broker to see if that offer can be extended. If not, see if they can speak to the lender to see if there's any leeway in terms of, can you exchange? If you exchange before your mortgage offer, would they still honour the mortgage to you? But good question. Horrible question to have to ask in the position you're in. But hopefully things start to speed up for your LB and the transaction can go through for you. But yeah, keep me posted. Come back next week and let us know. Come back, let us know. EJ, we looked at a house last year, sold for 220,000. We weren't in a position to offer that at the point. Those buyers have now listed it this week for 280. Nothing done to it. 3-bed semi dormer. Wow. So an extra £60,000 and no work done. I mean, that to me, 60 grand increase in a year, that's more than 10%. And that's what they're saying at the moment. 10.2%, I think it was, that prices have gone up by in the last 12 months. So they may be edging their bets a little bit. But wow, 60,000. If they get that, they've done bloody well. But it just goes to show, like, people worrying that people are going to lose money. If you hold on to a property for long enough, you shouldn't lose money. But if you find yourself, I don't know, unemployed and don't have income protection insurance or somebody to help you out and you need to sell your property, then I get it can be a worry. But you can always rent your property out and fund a mortgage that way, as long as you get lender's consent. Good point. I'm not as good with the economic as coding, clearly. Definitely try and sell it. Get yourself on Dragon's Den. I'm sure there's people that will pay that. I think actually investors on YouTube, they have apps you can buy off them, which scours the market for good buy-to-let deals. So maybe that's something you could go down. Let me know if you'd be interested in DM software. It's something which scours Rightmove to find properties as soon as they come on the market. Let's find out if there's a market for that bit there, DM. Boyoon, hi Lee. I've always thought that semi-detached houses were worth more than terraces, but seems this isn't the case in this current market. What are your thoughts? Generally, semi-detached are worth more money. What you sometimes get is you may get a semi-detached in a less desirable area than a mid-terrace house, and the mid-terrace house could be worth more money. That is certainly something which does happen. We've got a few different micro markets in the area where I live where you could buy a 2-bed detached bungalow for like £150,000, whereas that wouldn't even get you a flat in other parts of the postcodes that I deal with. So all comes down to location. That's why they call that TV program that name. So it's it is a crazy market. You might be finding that I don't know why terraces would be. They're generally smaller. You normally attach each side. Normally have a right of way around the back of the house so people can get into their garden. So yeah, that really puzzles me. Whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you? That's nuts. That's nuts. Takiao, when looking for a conveyancer, what do you reckon to look for? Do not go for online only conveyancers. They are oh horrid, horrid from an agent's point of view. They tend to be the cheapest. They tend to offer the app, email updates, all those sorts of things. I don't know if anybody watching has any experience with conveyances, if they want to recommend what to look for. But I would certainly go on these conveyances, Google profiles, look for the communication. Now, I know as a buyer, I know a lot of people have messaged me and emailed me saying they haven't heard from their solicitor for 3-4 weeks, which I think is totally unacceptable. Estate agents find it difficult getting through to some solicitors, but I personally, when a buyer comes to me asking for a solicitor recommendation, I like to recommend local to the area that they're buying. One that I have a relationship with, that I know if I pick up the phone or make an email, I'm going to get a response to almost straight away. And that's what I look for in a conveyancer when I'm recommending them, is communication. I want that quick, clear communication. When I ask them a question, I want to know an answer the same day if possible. I will bow to the next working day if I really have to. But certainly communication. Don't always go for the cheapest. Um, it's very, very, very tempting to do that when buying a house is so expensive. But yeah, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. You use a local solicitor to you and the property, one that maybe been recommended to by friends or family. If an estate agent recommends a solicitor that's nowhere near where you live or near where the property is, don't use them. That agent is going to get a couple of £100 for recommending them, and that goes on top of your bill. So you're paying for them to recommend you. So don't use an estate agent's, unless it's me, of course. Unless it's me, which I've got one I can recommend if you do, which I don't get any money for. Just I like her. She's really, really good. My end terrace is worth more than the semi-detaches. I have a huge garden. So there you go. That's the reason why some properties are worth different amounts. Jane's got a massive garden, so the semis near her might only have a small garden, hence the price. So yeah, there you go. Jane always helping out on the stream. Love it, love it. Thank you very much. Gonna have to get you to moderate one day, I think, when I figure out how to do this. It's a non-paying role as well. Unless we get any super chats in, I'll pay you any super chats. Louise, congrats on the win. Thank you so much. Thank you. Happened on Saturday. So give us a thumbs up if you are watching. Marriage Saturday, lovely day, beautiful weather, bloody hot, but yeah, it was a real great day. Conveyances local and recommended 100%. Yep, Jane agreeing with me. Local and recommended 100%. I'm just quoting what you're saying. Couldn't agree more. I had a viewing booked last week. Estate agent called to cancel it as an offer had been put in overnight, way over the asking price, and was accepted. Didn't even get a chance to see it or put an offer in. Very disheartening. It is what it is. Nothing's still in the market where we're looking, trying to keep positive. Please do keep positive. I mean, I've had to make many a phone call over the last year, 2 years, where I've had to cancel appointments for people because the property sold. And I think personally, I'm against that because from an agent's point of view, working for the seller, unless the offer is way over asking price, which in your case it seems like it is, then it's worth having other people round. Now, I don't know about you, Louise, but if a property's gone way over asking price, you're going to have to go in blind unless the estate agent's told you roughly what sort of price that they're looking to accept. But then you could get in a bidding war because the old buyer or the current buyer could start upping their offer and so on and so on. So you can find yourself getting in a bidding war, which can be even more disheartening. You pay your max, you think you've got it, then the next day you get a phone call from the agent saying, "Oh, buyer A's come back and offered more money, and the owner's accepted it." So it's a very difficult time to buy, but keep in touch with the agent. If it's one that you like, things can go wrong. buyers don't get their mortgages, as we've had people on this channel before. Their mortgage has been rejected and having to go for a different lender. Searches can take a long time. Owners can get impatient. So yeah, don't give up. Don't get disheartened, because more and more stuff is coming onto the market. It will change. It will change. So just keep looking. Just keep looking. And as EJ says, don't give up. One will come along. At least the agents haven't withheld that info from you, giving you false hope and wasted your time. I may have just said the opposite of that. But from an agent's point of view, if an owner hasn't got asking price in this market, provided it's not overpriced, then yeah, most agents would allow the people that are booked in to view, and then maybe do a best and final offer by a certain time. That's how an agent should properly do it. But if an owner's happy to take it off the market, then yeah, that's what we got to do. That's what you got to do. Oh, quite a few come in. That's it. We wouldn't have wanted to get in a bidding war. Shames really liked it, but we were told vendor expected 400 to 420, which we're okay with. Think the offer was way over that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Always stress your position as well. Being a first-time buyer at that sort of level, and let them know what deposit you've got to play with, what you've got to put down as well. Because if you've got a bigger deposit and need less of a mortgage than somebody else, then sometimes an owner will go for a more risk-free transaction. So rather than going for more money, they'd rather go for a shorter chain or somebody with a bigger deposit, less mortgage, which should generally mean less problems down the line. So yeah, keep up the faith. Keep up the faith. Diva, I'm not going to pronounce the surname because, as we all know on this channel, I will butcher it. What problems do I need to encounter if I buy an extended house without completion certificate? It seems insurance company won't pay out if I don't have the completion certificate. So what you can do is you can get an indemnity policy, which is an insurance policy which can be provided by the owner or yourself, which will pay out in the eventuality council coming back saying X, Y, and Z. And if you have this indemnity policy, that should be enough for your insurer. So your solicitor should have asked this part of their fact finding is, does this extension have a completion? Does it need a completion certificate first and foremost? Because some extensions up to 2 or 3 meters, single story on an unextended property, can be built within permitted development. If the extension is over 20 years old, then it may not need a completion certificate. But if the owner has just gone and done an extension without anything at all, then you can get around this by having that insurance policy and indemnity policy, which the owner or yourself can pay for, which should cover you for anything such as that. But let us know how you get on next week. Royce 80s baby, welcome to the channel, my friend. Please hit a thumbs up if you haven't already. Bank surveyors have valued my house 10k under the agreed price, looking at getting the buyers to use another lender. It is happening more and more often. There's no point the buyer challenging the mortgage survey. A surveyor is not going to admit they're wrong. They must have had some evidence to suggest that the price your buyer's paying is a little bit more than what else is going through at the moment. But we've had buyers go to a different lender, different surveyor, and valued up almost perfectly. So yeah, hopefully you won't have a problem. Hopefully between now and when the next surveyor comes around to value it, 1 or 2 other houses may have sold around the same sort of figure that you're at, and you should have no problems. But Royce, yeah, let us know next week, my friend. Pop back next week and let us know how you get on. Tacky. DM, I find it quicker to get properties for estate agents by following their YouTube channels and social media. Also, registering them and calling them to inquire ensures your first view. Yes, I mean, this is something I've been saying for the last year, actually, is befriend an estate agent. Now, in my town, there's about 15, 20 estate agents. That's going to be impossible to have somebody in that office, in every office, to talk to keep you in up to date with any new properties that come on the market. But if you can pick generally the estate agents which getting the most on the market, or the types of properties that you're interested in, pick one there and ping that person an email every 3 or 4 days. Get to know them, let them have your mortgage agreement, your proof of deposit, and your solicitors in that initial email. So, hi, I'm Lee. I'm looking for a 3-bed semi. My first time buyer. I've got 120 grand to spend, whatever it is. I'd really appreciate if you could let me know when something is about to come to the market. Here's my mortgage agreement in principle. Here's my proof of deposit to show you that I and ready, and I'm not wasting anybody's time. And if you do that with 2 or 3 different agents, I'm sure with that information that they've got of you, you'll be one of the first to get a phone call. But yeah, certainly a lot more agents using YouTube for their videos. We do it, get hundreds and hundreds of views. And yeah, just generally speaking to them and inquiring is probably the best way to do it, as well as obviously Rightmove, etc. Congrats on getting married, and thank you for all the advice. I'm hoping to find somewhere in the next month as my rental agreement ends in September. Cutting it close, I think. Yes. Yes. Average sale at the moment is taking, I think the National Association of Estate Agents said 20 weeks. So from start to finish, the average house sale is taking 20 weeks to happen. So hopefully you get done before then. You don't have a long chain in front of you, Rumham. But yeah, come back next week. Let us know how the search is going. But yeah, you might be cutting it a bit fine for September. Hopefully it's the end of September and you'll be well in before Christmas. Thank you, EJ. Very true. I was grateful to be like that. Exactly. Thanks, Lee. We did stress our position, but it seems the offer was also, oh no, we were very, there you go. So next time you could be that first time buyer with a bigger deposit. So at least the agent's given you a decent reason why they've offered a decent amount of money, a first time buyer with a big deposit. So yeah, you sometimes there's not a lot you can do. You just got to hold your hands up and say, right, I wasn't quite quick enough, or I didn't see that one first. Fair enough. Good luck that first time buyer. And yeah, just be waiting in the wings in case it goes wrong, because they do go wrong. Looking at a property in West London, the agent says we only get 2 chances to bid for the house. Is this common practice? Seems like absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. An agent has to put any offer forward by law and confirm it in writing as soon as possible to their vendor. If they're only giving you 2 chances to bid, what they're trying to do is basically encourage a first offer from you and then your best offer. Now, yeah, there's no rule or law which states they can limit the amount of offers you put on a property. So that's absolute codswallop. Has anybody else had that? Be interesting to know whether Boa Yoon is alone on that, but certainly not something I've heard of. And if they're telling you that, absolute rubbish. And yeah, if you lose out on the property after your second offer, you can increase. So and they have to put it forward by law. And if the property has an owner living there, it might be worth telling the estate agent the offer in an email as well, and also letting the seller know, just in case they don't put that offer forward, because some agents don't put every offer forward, unfortunately. Louise, it's exhausting, so it's just good not to have the impossible battle sometimes. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Loving the love, guys. Loving the love. Where are we? You are more than welcome, Diva. More than welcome. Promenade. Hi, Leah. Big congratulations at first. Thank you very much. Recently, we missed a property due to a down valuation. Tried to negotiate, but the vendor didn't negotiate a single penny. Still desperately looking. Yeah, I mean, as Royce 80s mentioned earlier, their property that they own was down valued by £10,000. So the route they're going down is going for a different lender and hoping that that new lender's surveyor values the property up. And did you try looking for another lender? Did the agent maybe point you? I'm guessing not. Or did you decide that, no, it's been downvalued, I don't want to pay any more than what that surveyor says, and I'm just going to walk away from it? But it's not uncommon for some owners to not negotiate their price when somebody puts their house on the market. And you guys will find this when you come to sell. I say at the moment you're first time buyers, but eventually you may look to move, and the price you get for your house, you'll then bank on getting that price when you're offering on other houses. So you're going to be, say you bought at £200,000, you put £50,000 down. Over the next 10 years, you've got another extra £50,000 in equity. So you've got £100,000 to put down on your next house. That's your deposit. So when you go to get your mortgage agreement on your new house, you are saying, I'm going to have £100,000 deposit to put down, and then they'll get your mortgage based on that. And then you go and offer on properties. If then you don't have that £100,000 deposit because it's been downvalued, then you can't then buy the house you want. So some owners aren't just in the position to be able to come down in price. Sometimes owners who are downsizing can be a little bit more flexible, but generally somebody who's buying to buy a bigger house needs every penny to help pay estate agents, because we charge We charge a bit, solicitors and stamp duty, which is something which a lot of first-time buyers here aren't going to have to pay too much of. But yeah, it can be difficult to negotiate with a vendor who has accounted for every penny of their equity on their onward purchase. Jamie, welcome to the channel. Please give it a thumbs up. We sold a house end of 2007. We went traveling for a year. We saved over 40% by buying again in 2009. I think the same thing is going to happen this year. Congrats on the wedding. I mean, prices did drop a hell of a lot after the crash. I'm hoping you got in just before prices dropped in 2008. Then yeah. Wow. Sorry. First and foremost, Taki, thank you so much for the super sticker. That is the first money I've earned on YouTube, so thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I've just seen it, so thank you very much. That really means a lot. Thank you. So yeah, as Jamie, I hope you sold just before things started to go a little bit wobbly in 2007 2008. Yeah, if you time it right, you can sell at the peak and buy when things go wrong. But most people are buying a home who aren't traveling, for example, who want to have a base for their family and to build a future. And probably I wouldn't bank on prices dropping and then timing it that like that. Me personally, but everyone's different. I'm very risk advert. I don't like taking risk. Buying a house and having a mortgage and paying that for me is a big savings account. And if I need to sell, I'll sell when I want to, and then bank the money then, or buy a bigger house, smaller, whatever. Chigo Olu. Been going through a purchase since April. I've had 2 bank valuations with a 5k difference between the two. Lucky my seller is now open to negotiation. So look, yeah, the second bank, they go around and value it at the same price or a similar price to the first. Then you've tried your best to pay the price the owner wants, but 2 surveyors have said, no, it's not worth what you're buying. And if the owner can negotiate, which it sounds like they are open to it, then fantastic. So Chigo, good luck. Let us know next Wednesday at 8:30 whether you're able to negotiate and keep your deal together. Keep me posted. I'm a little bit behind on these. EJ, completely true. Thank you so much. Really appreciate positivity. Exactly. And thank you, EJ, for helping me out here. Yes, I've had that too. Lost out on the house. Wasn't able to think I was a normal process, but thanks for raising. Wow. So somebody else has had only 2 offers. Ignore it. Absolutely ignore it. In a polite way, you need to tell the agent that you know what the rules are, that every offer has to be put forward by law. So even if it's £1, it has to be put forward, whether it's after an offer's been accepted or anything like that. Yeah. So don't listen to that rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. EJ, in 20 weeks, it was quicker in lockdown. That surprised me. I'm currently on week 6 of the process. I mean, it's the average, and that's figures from what estate agents have filled out when they fill out their monthly National Association of Estate Agents reports, how many buyers, how long the deals are taking. So it may have been a particularly slow month for conveyances, but yeah, 20 weeks. We're probably at, in my office, 12 to 15 weeks for the average sale, but it all depends on chains and stuff like that. There's so many variables, absolutely crazy. And welcome to the channel. Is there a possibility of a new build property being downvalued by a surveyor, booked a new build flat survey take place tomorrow? Yes, it's certainly possible. Generally with new builds, if you're not buying the first one on the development, there should be comparables to back up the price you're paying. So if you're paying a similar price for other flats on the development that have sold for, then you shouldn't have a problem. But it can be downvalued if there's not enough evidence and to back up the price you're paying, which a couple of people in the chat right now have experience from both sides. We've had a seller who's had their house down by 10,000 and a buyer who's had five to £10,000 under as well. So it can happen, but you can get another survey if you want to, and you can maybe even try negotiating with the developer, but yeah, that doesn't tend to go down too well. So again, thank you so much for Taki for the super sticker. My first £10 earned from YouTube. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks, Louise. Horrible agents making it so difficult for us to buy a property as if it ain't hard. Exactly. And this is what I want to do with this channel. Any questions or anything you think's dodgy, come to me. You can email me. You can email me, he says. Where's the email address? There we go. leeeverettpropertyadvice@gmail.com. If you can't wait until a live stream on a Wednesday, ping me an email or comment on one of my videos. I'll come back to you and let you know whether it is all rubbish or the law. So, yeah, there's a lot of dodgy stuff going on at the moment, a lot of dodgy stuff. Give me food. All the way from Greece. So let's say hello to Greece. Had her offer accepted a month and a half ago, but it doesn't seem to be any news from the seller's side. The estate agent is always demanding updates from us, but he never gives us any updates. Right. So first and foremost, give me food. I'm still jealous that you're in Spain. In Greece. If your solicitor hasn't heard anything from the vendor's solicitor, then the vendor's estate agent, the agent you're buying through, should be putting pressure on their client and their client's solicitor. If your solicitor has instructions from you and you've had your mortgage survey done, if you're getting a mortgage, then there's nothing more you can do. Your solicitor will be waiting for all the information to come in from the seller's side before they can start any searches and inquiries. So ping an email to your solicitor, make sure that everything that you need to do has been done, then go back to the estate agent and go, hang on, we're waiting for your client. We haven't had draft papers or we haven't had the answers to this or that. Then, yeah, bit dodgy. They should know what's going on. If they're chasing you, then they must think they're waiting for something from your solicitor or yourself. So double check with your side just to make sure that isn't the case. And then when you know that's not the case, go back and turn to put the pressure on their client. Cheeky agents. Mean7, highly massive congratulations. Thank you very much. I watch your videos regularly. Thank you so much for the information. My sister and I are first-time buyers. Offer was recently accepted. Nervous about the valuation. Don't be nervous. So first of all, congratulations. Let's give some love for Means7. Congratulations on the offer. This is a stressful part. It's very stressful buying a house, as I'm sure the 37 people watching right now would agree. But yeah, the valuation is the valuation. You can't change it. There's nothing you can do. And my wife hates the fact that I'm so laid back and chill. She will worry about things and I'll be like, oh, don't worry about it. But if you can't affect the outcome of it, then what is the point in worrying about it? You're paying a price that you think it's worth. Hopefully the surveyor has enough information to go ahead and say the same price that you're paying for it. So yeah, I think you should be fine. I mean, you can look around yourself and see if the price you're paying for this property, you and your sister are paying, is roughly what others are going for. And if you can see that, then the surveyor is going to see that as well. So you should have no problem at all. Promote. I believe the market is not cooling down because of less properties in the market. Why are people not interested in moving this year in comparison to last year? Very, very less properties this year, hardly one viewing a week. So we had the stamp duty holiday last year. Was that last year? Yeah, it ended officially last year. So a lot of sellers sold their property in 2020 and 2021 to help pay help cut down on the tax they have to pay on stamp duty. So that is one reason why a lot of sellers decided to sell last year and the year before. And most people who have a house, they've decided if they're happy where it is and they can extend or improve. This is what Nationwide said last week. There's a lot more home sellers now deciding to extend and improve their current property rather than selling and buying something different. And I have to hold my hands up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be here for the next 10, 15, 20 years. We're hoping to extend, go up into the loft. We've got great school catchment areas, great part of where we live. So why do we want to move? The house we'd want to buy bigger than this, we wouldn't be able to afford. So let's extend and do what we can with this. But yeah, there are a lot of people decided who have already moved or have decided to extend or improve their current house. So that would be why that is. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, you're right. It's absolute crap. Luke Bancroft, thanks very much for joining us. Luke, please give us a thumbs up. Congratulations, Lee. Can't remember if you can remember me from a few months ago. Our house fell through due to structural survey. Luke, I would love to say I remember you, but I get so many emails from people. I could probably go back and it would refresh my memory. But no, I'm so sorry. How long ago was it? And have you found somewhere now? What was the reason why it fell through? Could it have been saved? I'm guessing not because you're here and you've told us. But thanks so much for sharing. I hope you're able to find somewhere soon, mate. You're welcome, LB. You are welcome. Um, oh, look, congratulations. Our first house fell through due to structural survey. Can't remember if you remember me mentioning it before. From your advice, we changed our criteria and have had a. Oh, fantastic. So, did you change from going from what you wanted to what you needed, Luke? Because that's something I say quite a lot. I put myself on repeat that yeah, buy the house you need, not the house you want. Get on the ladder, start paying off a mortgage, building up that equity. But congratulations, my friends. Give some love for Luke. Let's try and get some emotions, emojis or something going on here. Jane, thank you so much for the super sticker. Fantastic. It's really, it's so, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Really means a lot. Give me food. Haven't reached this part of the process yet, but when a surveyor downvalues your property, what happens next? So, as I've said before, give me food in Greece. You can look to challenge the surveyor, which in nearly 20 years I've not had. I've not had any luck in that, unfortunately. You can go down a route of going for a different mortgage and hoping that the new lender's surveyor agrees with the price that you want to pay for it, or or you renegotiate with the seller. And I think that's one of the things which can feel a little bit embarrassing, but you've got a perfect reason to do it. And if the seller can do it, great. If they can't, then you're gonna have to move on or try and find the extra money. But hopefully, if there's enough evidence out there to support the price you're paying for the property, you shouldn't have a problem at all. But I hope you don't have a problem. I hope you don't have a problem with that. Didn't even know we could do these stickers for you. Enjoy it. This is the first live show. I got monetized. I got 4,000 hours of watch time on Monday. I went through the whole process and they approved my channel yesterday morning for monetization. So this is the first time I've been able to earn money on YouTube. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for anyone who watches my channel, who watches an annoying advert and is great. Well, so thank you very much. Thank you. I'm probably blushing. Oh, where they go. Me too. Thanks, Lee. We have looked on Zoopla and the house prices within the area we've put an offer in has gone up. The house is a fixer upper and we're worried it may get down by. If there's scope, if there's properties on the market which don't need work on for a lot more money, then you're not going to have a problem at all. If there's, say the house needs 15, 20, 25,000 pounds worth of work, as long as the houses that you're buying are worth that money plus the work, the money you're going to spend on the work, then you'll have no problem at all. Fixer uppers don't tend to get down. They're normally at a decent price anyway because they need that work. But yeah, let us know. Let us know next week. Means, as you may have noticed, we have a few regulars who like to come and share their stories, and I'd love for you to be a new one. So please come back. Like Luke, many months later. Yeah, we got what we needed, and the house is more of a long-term property than what we were looking for before. Hopefully make it more attractive to a larger market if we're able to sell. Fantastic. That's great news, Luke. Absolutely stonking news. Really pleased for you. Really pleased for you. And as I say, you adjust your criteria slightly. You can find a house which may work better for you in the long run. So, right, if we can get this stream up to, let's get another couple of likes in if we can. We're at 36 likes. If we can get to 40 likes in the next couple of minutes, I will share a photograph of me and my wife, who is a lot better looking than me. I'm totally batting higher than I should be. We've got any more questions as well, guys, because we're approaching the hour mark, and I like to keep these at around an hour so I can spend a bit more time with the family after we go. What are you experiencing with estate agents in general about pushing their services on you? Are you getting agents insisting that you speak to their mortgage broker, using their conveyancer, bits and pieces like that? Let me know what you do. Because I've had a few people say to me over the last few weeks that agents are getting more and more pressurizing in terms of making buyers use certain lenders, sorry, mortgage brokers and conveyances. So if that's happened to you, let me know, because I may do a video on it, because I don't do many videos anymore. I may do live streams. I may do some videos about some things which we can hopefully do to counteract, give you some arguments against what those estate agents are saying. So hopefully we can do that. We're at 41 likes. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right. Oh, one more comment's come in. Here you go. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Yes, estate agents, definitely try it, but they've got a firm no from me. Excellent. Excellent. You do not need to use any estate agents, mortgage broker, or conveyancers to get your deal accepted. Don't let them try and use that against you. If you feel like they are using it against you, report them to the ombudsman straight away. Try and do things via email so you've got a paper trail as well. That would be the best thing you can go down. But anyone who's buying or selling right now, let me know if you're getting pressured from those nasty estate agents for doing certain things. Again, let's hit that like button. Hit that like. We're at 41, 42. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's pick a picture. What picture should we use? Yeah. By the way, none of my family or friends have seen any of these pictures. Literally, just me and my other half. We saw these about half an hour before coming onto the stream. So let's get rid of that. Share screen. Right, and I don't want any comments that I'm batting above my, because I know I am. I know I am. Oh dear, where's it gone? I don't know if I can share it. Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. Right, ready? So it's not going to be up forever. But this is me and my lovely wife on our very happy day on Saturday. It was a great day. It was bloody hot. It was really hot. Let's give some love for that photo, eh? Let's give some love for that photo. Ikra MP, thank you for all the knowledge. What is your opinion on an offset mortgage? I don't know too much about offset mortgages, Ikra. I would certainly speak to a mortgage broker on that front. Yeah, I don't know too much. So yeah, if you want to speak to a mortgage broker, then please feel free to email me and I'll get one to get in contact with you. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with offset mortgages. So yeah, I wish I could help. It's this thing with me. I'm never going to pretend I know something. If I don't know something, I will tell you. And I hope you'll seek the right advice to do. So Hitesh, congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. The suspense, there you go. It's up. Suspense is gone. It's gone. Oh, beautiful. Congratulations. Oh, thank you very much. And Jane, thank you so much for the super chat, the super sticker. I really appreciate it. There you go. She is gorgeous, isn't she? She is gorgeous. I'm not too bad myself, but she's way up there. She is way up there. Way up there. Beautiful couple. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Beautiful picture. Thanks for sharing. You're more than welcome. I'll say we are a community here. You're sharing personal bits of your life with me and others about your buying and selling. So it's only fair that I do the same. But we do look very good together. We do. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who's watched. It means so much. We've raised £12.58 as well. So that's really made my day. That's really made my day. So thank you so much for any donations. If you would like to send a super chat, it's not necessary at all, but it's very, very, very grateful. Any money I get, I'm going to put back into the channel. Maybe do some competitions and stuff like we pay for conveyancing or pay for something, a present for people moving. I don't know. I've not thought it through, but any money we do get will go back into the channel. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for all your lovely, kind words. I'll be back next week with another live stream. Hope you have a great week in either finding your house, offering on your house, or getting over the line with a horrible legal work. But thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next week, Wednesday, 8:30.